And right now, a sculptor healing from a brain injury became fascinated with the physicality of memory and what a fleeting moment of a personal experience might look like as it transitions into a memory. That artist is Morgan Lugo. She is here. Welcome. I'm glad you made it to studio today. You're Atlanta-based, right?
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. You help to create large-scale bronze monuments across the Eastern Seaboard and beyond. Before we get into it, what got you started?
I went to art school actually, and I kind of found sculpting by accident. I thought I was going to be a painter, and it ended up just being my passion, and I just have run with it and been able to make a career out of it.
You knew that was your thing. And then your pieces, I know they were made of bronze and marble and aluminum. You brought three smaller sculptures to walk us through. Take us through each of these.
So these are part of my series of kind of food that reminds you of home, or kind of exploring the synesthesia of memory. And so I have an oyster from my family's home in Florida, and a peach because I'm from Georgia. Then the chicken bone is kind of a humorous nod to Atlanta.
What's it take to make this first sculpture?
So I sculpt it out of wax, and then I will mold it in a rubber mold, and then put it back into wax, into a ceramic mold, then pour it in metal, then weld it, and then patina it.
Okay, that's the stuff you have to go to school for. Because,
Yes.
I'm going to turn this so it's visible right there. Look at that. Love to see these works, and you're such a talent. And I think the physicality of memory part, you kind of read it a couple times before it absorbs. But for you, how do your pieces explore that physicality of memory? What is it that we can understand?
Yeah, I think for me, when I was healing from my brain injury, I had a hardship withdrawal from school, and I couldn't drive. And I was just thinking about like what thinking is and what a memory would be, or how memory is stored within the brain. And so I do stuff that is like individual experiences within a shared space, like food, and how we have a personal experience. And I'm using these hexagonal shapes as the molecules of the brain, and then storing like little pockets of information within them.
And this is just kind of how it's flashing in your head, and as an artist, all you can do is put your hands to that, right?
Yeah, just experimenting with it and seeing where it goes, and it's been fun.
Do you talk, I mean, I'm sure when people come and they see your works, they have questions for you. What do you love about that interaction? What do you want them to understand about maybe what your work achieves?
Well, I think it's just fun to talk about because everyone perceives information differently. And I've been making stuff that mimics the neurological structures in the brain with astronomical phenomena like constellations, and paralleling personal memory with communal memory through like constellation folklore. And it's interesting to hear people's stories or different things that their families have told them around like the same group of stars.
And we've got some video up now, some of your works. Tell us what we're seeing there.
Oh yes, this is my show at University of South Carolina Upstate that is getting de-installed today, and I have these are some marble sculptures, aluminum, neon, bronze, just pushing further the experimentation of memory and fragmented experience.
And you have these shows all over. You just wrapped up this one at the Upstate Gallery at Chapman Cultural Center. You've got another one coming up April 21st. That one is in the at the Metal Art Museum in Memphis, Tennessee. So you load up all those pieces, you go there. What's the experience like for somebody going to your show?
Well, I hope good.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting because I have had the opportunity to work professionally that in a bronze foundry for a really long time. My work is very unique within metal casting because I'm very in tune with the medium, and I know a lot about the actual process, so I'm able to like push it a lot further than people who just hire us for craftsmen.
Very cool. Well then, what is your trajectory moving forward? What's on the horizon for you?
Well, hopefully I am going to be getting a few big public art pieces here in the future.
There you go.
I think that I would like to just keep building, have a stable career.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually, I think once everything's stable and I have my own metal shop, I'd like to start a nonprofit helping sponsor welding certificates for houseless women and getting people like on their feet using welding.
Great training, a great skill. So many can benefit from it. And you are able to create something like this in the size of,
anything up
a
to like
courtyard
20,
square.
25 feet. Yeah.
All right. Well, we will look forward to your new works. You'll have to keep us updated on what's coming up with your projects. Anything else you want people to, be inspired by, or somebody who themselves kind of wants to do what you're doing?
Oh, I think that just trying and being okay with failing, It takes a lot of time and practice and you're only going to get better the more you do it.
A perfectionist would go nuts the first day thinking that everything would have to be
yeah,
perfect.
that's
Doesn't
life
happen.
though, right? You
That
kind of
is.
just got to roll with the punches. And
Well, we appreciate you coming in studio, bringing your pieces. Thank you so much. We'll put your information on screen now. People can follow along. Morgan Lugo's shows and her works are on her website. Morgan Lugo Sculpture on social media is what to follow. That information is on screen now. And this segment will be on accesscarolina.com.